Hi everyone, my name's Melissa and I'm a Community Activation and Learning Officer with Melton City Council. Today I'm going to be sharing with you two activities that you can make at home using tissue paper. The first one is tissue paper transfer art and the second one is tissue paper animals. Alright, so the supplies that we need to create our transfer art canvas is just a canvas any size that you like is fine. This one's about 25 by 30 centimeters, so not too big, just a nice small size. We've got scissors to cut up our tissue paper, or if you prefer, you can just rip the tissue paper as well. It's completely your choice. We've got an assortment of coloured tissue paper sheets here, and I would recommend buying the single tissue paper sheets like this from a craft store as opposed to the big wrapping tissue paper that you can get. These just seem to transfer a lot better than the thicker tissue paper that you would get for gift wrapping. You also need a water spray bottle, and I'd recommend wearing a pair of disposable gloves just because the colours from the tissue paper will run and bleed onto your fingers. So I've got Sophie here and she's going to help us create our tissue paper transfer canvas. So we're going to start off by spraying the canvas with some water just to make the surface nice and wet, so that way our tissue paper will stick to the surface and the colours will bleed through onto the canvas. Sophie's then going to pop on some gloves because otherwise her fingers are going to get super messy. And now we're going to start popping our tissue paper onto the canvas. So you can do any colours that you like, any design that you like. You can use the scissors to cut the shapes, or you can do just like my Sophie's doing and ripping off the pieces of tissue paper. You then just place them onto your canvas in any design that you like, in any colours that you like. Once you finish popping your tissue paper on, you can give it all a final spray with the water bottle again, just to get all the tissue paper to sit flat. And then when you leave it for 20 minutes and let it dry. So our canvas has dried and now we're going to peel off the tissue paper. It's as simple as just picking off an edge and peeling it off. Once all the tissue paper's off, we'll be able to show you the finished product. So this is our finished tissue transfer art canvas. As you can see, the colours are really bright and vibrant. You can choose whatever colour scheme that you like. If you also want to use paper, you could create greeting cards or wrapping paper with this same type of concept as well. The other tissue paper activity we're doing today is tissue paper art. So what I've done here is just printed off a picture of a fish that we're going to use as our template, and I've stuck that onto a bit of thicker card so that way at the end it can stand up and be displayed. So what else you'll need is some tissue paper. I've also just cut up some tissue paper into some smaller squares because sometimes it's easier for little hands to manipulate the tissue paper when they're smaller, but if your child is happy using the bigger tissue paper, then that's fine as well. You'll also need some scissors just to cut up that tissue paper into the squares if you want, or they can just simply rip the tissue paper. I've got some craft glue here and my paintbrush, so that way we can put our glue on our fish and pop in our tissue paper art. And I've got a googly eye for our fish at the end as well, just to give it a bit more of a funny look. So the technique we use for creating our tissue paper art is really simple and it's great for little hands. We just grab a little bit of our glue, pop it on the area that we are wanting to start popping our tissue paper. Get a piece of our tissue paper. These are little squares that I've already created. Scrunch it up into a little ball and stick it on. Super simple, super fun. Kids can be as creative as they want with the color scheme and the design. And we just keep going until our fish is all covered with our tissue paper. So here is our finished fish art made with tissue paper. Lots of fun, easy to make, and all of the scrunching of the paper and gluing onto the fish is great for little hands and fine motor skill development. This activity can keep the kids busy for a good 30 minutes, so fantastic during the school holidays. If you're after some more fun activities to do with the kids, or even interested in undertaking some art for yourself, then check out Melton Learning website for a range of different art, craft and fun activities.